Today's Fun List Friday is inspired by Father's Day coming up on Sunday. So that's right. Don't forget Father's Day coming up. I bought my Father's Day. For Father's Day, I already bought my dad a gift. My dad loves Chips Ahoy cookies. My dad never asks for anything, doesn't really need anything. So my wife and I sent him a huge box with 50 packs of Chips Ahoy cookies in it. I think he's going to like it. My mom's going to be like, Jonathan, we did not need all this. I'm like, you didn't need it, but my dad did. So happy Father's Day to my dad. Fun List Friday brought to you by Father's Day. This is Fun List Friday. Who's your daddy edition?
Once you get on that bus, you ain't got no mama no more. You got your brothers on the team, and you got your daddy. Now, you know who your daddy is, don't you? Gary, if you want to play on this football team, you answer me when I ask you, who is your daddy? Who's your daddy, Gary? Who's your daddy? You. Uh-huh. And whose team is this? Is this your team, or is this your daddy's team?
Yours.
Mm-hmm.
Fun List Friday. Who's your daddy edition? Basically, the idea of this bit is to talk about players that owned other players throughout their careers. They were their daddy. They just consistently beat them for whatever reason. The inferior player just couldn't get over the hump against this specific player. And when I was thinking about doing this, the first thing that came to mind is Michael Jordan over Patrick Ewing. Michael Jordan is Patrick Ewing's daddy, 1,000%. In 70 career matchups in the NBA, Michael Jordan went 49-21 against Patrick Ewing-led teams, including 19-8 in the playoffs. Michael Jordan averaged 32 points, 6 assists, and 5 rebounds a game against Ewing for his career. And of course, this all began. Michael Jordan became Patrick Ewing's daddy in 1982 when Michael Jordan hit the game winner to beat Patrick Ewing in the national title game. Right? When that happened, we were like, oh, this could be the start of a great rivalry, even though it wasn't a rivalry because it was extremely one-sided. And it was all capped off 1991, game 1 of the NBA playoffs. Knicks, Bulls, and Michael Jordan did this.
Michael double teamed on the drive, in from the left, gets chased into the corner, comes right back. Down! Through the foul!
Yes! Wow! Oh, powerhouse, JD.
There's a poster play, folks.
Oh, Patrick, he went back, forth. He got pressured by Vandeweghe on the side. Mark Jackson comes up to get some pressure on him. He comes down in the lane. He goes back against Oakley to get a little power. Here he comes. Patrick steps out. Up he goes. Yes!
Home.
Oh, my.
Second.
That was Michael Jordan dunking all over Patrick Ewing in 1991, solidifying his status as Patrick Ewing's daddy. Next, Zach Edey was the daddy. He absolutely dominated any collegiate center these past 2 years. I mean, just utterly dominant, owned everybody that he played against, averaged 22 points and 13 rebounds a night his junior year. And then last year, senior year, 25 points and 12 rebounds a night. He utterly dominated anyone not named Fairleigh Dickinson. Sorry, these jokes, just too easy. I'm short. I got to grab the low-hanging fruit. It's just the way that it goes. Who didn't play center these last 2 years. So does Fairleigh Dickinson really count? I don't know. Donovan Clingan, though, did play center, a guy who's going to be a top 5 pick this year, it appears, which really speaks to the lack of depth in this year's draft class. Zach Edey against Donovan Clingan. Grabbed Donovan Clingan, put him in a high chair, and spoon-fed him 37 points on 60% shooting from the field. Zach Edey dominated every big man that has been put in front of him for these last 2 years. Didn't matter if you doubled him, he still found a way to score. Zach Edey, the daddy of every collegiate big man these last 2 years. Tom Brady, Colts fans, you're not going to like this one. Tom Brady is without a doubt Peyton Manning's daddy. Tom Brady was 11-6 in head-to-head games against Peyton Manning throughout their career. The career accolades aren't close. Brady, 7 Super Bowls. Peyton Manning, only 2, the one here in Indianapolis. And obviously when it comes to career stats, Brady played so much longer. He owns all of those. But, Peyton Manning was the next big thing, the number 1 overall pick that was supposed to own the NFL for a long time. Then Drew Bledsoe gets hurt. Tom Brady shows up and was really the daddy of the entire NFL, winning 7 Super Bowls. He appeared in the Super Bowl in 48% of the seasons that he played, which is absurd. He earned several other accolades, but Peyton Manning was his main rival. And look, Peyton and Tom Brady just owned that rivalry. Here is Tom Brady doing what he did best against Peyton Manning and the Colts, putting together great drives that score touchdowns.
Brady has the first. Brady, open man in the flat. Patrick pass. First down to the 24. 3rd and goal. We've had it for over 9.5 minutes in this quarter. From the 5, Brady with time. Now on the run. Throws. Touchdown. Touchdown, Patriots. David Gibbons.
Just another addition there. That was from the 2004 divisional matchup between Manning and Brady. Brady just moving his team down the field, doing what he did seamlessly every time he played against the Colts and Peyton Manning. He scored touchdowns, and he figured out a way to win 11 out of the 17 games that they played. John Buzzard, great point. He thinks that Ballard's daddy is every other GM in the NFL. I'm not going to push back on that statement. Staying in the world of football, Patrick Mahomes is Josh Allen's daddy. For their careers, Mahomes and Allen are 3-3 against each other, so it's been pretty even, except Patrick Mahomes is 2-0 in the playoffs against Josh Allen. He just always seems to find a way to win when it matters most. He just always seems to make a couple extra plays that Josh Allen can't make. And because of that, Mahomes is a 3-time Super Bowl champ, and Josh Allen hasn't even appeared in a Super Bowl yet. Now, will he get there one day? I don't know. Probably, but when we think Allen and Mahomes, I don't know how we don't think about 2021 divisional round. The game goes to overtime. It's why, they have the new rule in the playoffs where if your opponent scores a touchdown, the other team still gets a chance to score. Yeah, Mahomes absolutely owns Josh Allen, and it all started with this play.
Looking to the end zone for the win. He caught it. Ball game. Chiefs to the championship game.
Jeez, I love Jim Nantz. He does such a good job. So that is right. Josh Allen is the daddy of, Patrick Mahomes is the daddy of Josh Allen. Josh Allen is the son of Patrick Mahomes because he just, at every turn, it doesn't matter, every big moment, Patrick Mahomes finds a way to beat Josh Allen. The White Sox are next on the list. This year's White Sox team, they're kind of like a foster child. They get a new daddy like every few days, and it's always the opposing pitcher. Okay, they are hitting .217 as a team this year. If that's what they continue to hit, they would be tied for the 17th worst team batting average of all time. It doesn't matter who pitches to them. I could go out there and probably get some outs. Okay, and I haven't thrown a baseball in years. Okay, it doesn't matter. They are not going to hit well. They are atrocious. They're like, they're like a AA team trying to play Major League Baseball. It's just not going very well. Like, could you imagine being the worst team in baseball while the Oakland A's are in the middle of pulling a major league where they're trying to be bad on purpose so that people don't show up so that they can then move the location of their team from Oakland, California to Las Vegas? Okay, like the A's are doing everything that they can to absolutely suck. And it doesn't matter because the White Sox are like, you guys think you're bad. Watch what we do. And I love the way the White Sox fans are pushing back against this. Martin Maldonado, the White Sox catcher, is hitting 76.076 on the season. And White Sox fans are like, we are voting you into the All-Star game, whether you like it or not, which I am just a huge fan of. I hope Martin Maldonado makes the All-Star game. I think it would be hilarious. I think it'd be great. And it'd be one of the best things about sports. Moving on. Nolan Ryan is Robert Ventura's daddy after giving him the beating of his life. That's right. The White Sox popping up on here twice. Nolan Ryan beating the absolute snot out of Robert Ventura about 55 feet away from home plate. Nolan Ryan, the ripe age of 46, drills Robert Ventura. And you know it hurt because Nolan Ryan still throws gas now. He hits 26-year-old Robin Ventura on the, like the tricep elbow area, which is not a fun place to get hit. Dare I say that is the worst place to get hit. Ventura gets hit, grabs the elbow, turns away, drops the bat, runs out to the mound to meet 46-year-old Nolan Ryan, a guy who was legitimately old enough to be Robin Ventura's daddy. And Nolan Ryan proceeds to put Ventura in a headlock and then wail on his face repeatedly until the cavalry arrived, and it then looked like a normal baseball brawl where everybody's just kind of pushing each other and no one's really throwing any blows. But, those 30 seconds until everybody else showed up were pretty great for Nolan Ryan. He beat the absolute snot out of Robin Ventura that day. And then finally, Bill Russell was Wilt Chamberlain's daddy. Bill Russell had a career of 57-37 record against Chamberlain. He was 29-20 against Chamberlain in the playoffs. He averaged 29 points and 24 rebounds a game head-to-head against Wilt Chamberlain, which is absurd, right? Because when we think about that era and we talk about Wilt, we talk about the pure dominance, just how much more athletic he was than everybody and how great of a basketball player he was and how intense of a competitor he was. There's a story that I believe Kareem Abdul-Jabbar tells where he's hanging out with Wilt and this short guy gets in the elevator and the guy looks up at Wilt and he goes, "Hey, Wilt, how's the weather out there?" And Wilt Chamberlain proceeds to spit on said shorter person and says, "It's raining," and then went on about his day. Yeah, that's the guy that Bill Russell absolutely owned throughout his career. Okay, beat Wilt Chamberlain in the finals twice on top of everything else that I just said. Bill Russell was indeed Wilt Chamberlain's daddy. Funless Friday, Who's Your Daddy edition.